This podcast is part of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network. Let's build community through connection, conversation, and collaboration.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Cringe With Me brings you all the best cringy, funny, and relatable content you could ask for. From the best of Reddit to the most outrageous advice columns, Ryan and V have a grand story to tell you. Check us out every Wednesday, your favorite podcast directory, and by the end, you'll cringe with me.
Alright guys, welcome back. So today is the first ending of the month episode. So we have a little thing we're going to start doing at the end of every month.
Yeah, we need a catchy name for it.
We do need a catchy name, which we'll have at the end of next month.
Yes, or maybe by the end of the episode. Who knows?
Who knows?
I'll think.
Yeah.
I'll ponder. The brain is storming.
Yeah, the brain is storming. So what we're basically doing is we're going to figure out who had the cringier episode during the month. But we're going to kind of lump December and January together. So we have more to choose from than normal. And Ryan and I were just debating. I personally think that Ryan should win this award for the episode Psychopath or just Tattoo, where we discussed if something was psychopathic, just a taboo, or somewhere in between, where I definitely chose the most psychopathic thing to do.
Yeah, you definitely took that one an extra step further, so gotta appreciate that. I think that one was a contender for sure, but if we're talking about what is the cringiest, I still think about that story of the person who was not on a date, but on a date at the bar where the person might have been there, but wasn't there, but knew he was there. Like, I can't get that out of my head. It's such a fascinating situation. And I don't know, maybe it's not the cringiest. I think it's pretty cringy. It's definitely the most interesting to me.
Well, see, it ended up with us debating, is OP reliable? Just like the beginning of Moby Dick. Is Ishmael a reliable source?
Oh, yeah. The whole unreliable narrator. Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the cool part was, even if you believed or didn't believe him, it was still really interesting and confusing. Like, if you believe everything he's saying, it's crazy. If you don't believe what he's saying, there's still enough stuff that had to have actually happened that it's still crazy, and it's so good.
But somebody eats hot dogs sideways.
Yeah, well, okay. So this is the
While
thing,
making
though.
eye contact.
Okay, yeah, and then they abruptly finish, like, end their sentences, yes.
Yeah,
I get it. I mean, like, I'm with you on it. There's some crazy looking things. I just, like...
So how are we going to decide this? Because one of us needs to be a winner. This isn't a nice show. We can't, like, be co-winners. We're co-hosts, not co-winners.
Okay, fine. Maybe it should be like a vote. Maybe the listeners should vote.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay, so on the Instagram and Twitter, every month we're going to put up a poll per episode, and we'll allow that, or take it into consideration, just like Ink Master takes the Canvas's consideration into it. So this month we'll have it be a draw.
Okay.
But next month there'll be a winner.
No, this one won't be a draw. The winner will be announced later. We're going to post the poll. It's going to happen.
Okay, this
we
is
need
gonna
to
happen.
know. Like you said, this isn't nice. This is a competition.
This is a competition. Brutal competition. At that, we're going to start for the first contender for next month's winner. Ryan, you have the floor.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Oh my God, are you not ready?
No, I'm totally ready. What are you
Okay.
talking about? I'm ready. It's fine.
You can't be Googling while we're sitting here, Ryan. Stop that.
No. I am the one it's just loading. It's fine. I have it. So I like this one because there's no text beyond the title. And so to me, I'm like, oh, this is good.
Oh, God.
This is from Ask Reddit. And the question is, what is a sign someone didn't grow mentally after high school?
Oh, man.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
There's no text. That's it. That's the whole thing. And I'm like, oh, this is going to open up some doors.
Yes, this is. This is going to be brutal.
And the first response, which I actually thought was probably, I think, the most indicative, but like, maybe not the most stereotypical, but certainly the most indicative of no growth since high school, is forming cliques and bullying people at work.
People do that?
Oh yeah, people absolutely do that. That is definitely a thing. It's the whole like office hierarchy, right? The water cooler chats. It's the who you're inviting to your things from work. Like it is like who's going out to happy hour, right? Like the whole office floor isn't invited. They only invite the people they like. This is totally a thing.
I thought that was a thing only in like TV and movies.
I think it's more pronounced in TV and movies. Like everything in cinema and art, it is an exaggeration of real life. But it is definitely a thing in real life. I have personally experienced it.
Oh, you poor baby.
It's fine. I dealt with it the same way I dealt with this in high school, which was to, say, all right, I'm out. Peace. Don't want to be dealing with this. But yeah, it's the whole idea that like they couldn't escape that high school dynamic of needing to feel superior to other people. To me, it's just like, yeah, you haven't really grown as a person since.
Or maybe they were a loser in high school and they're like, I'm finally cool.
Oh, there are those who do that, right? There are those who seek revenge for the social. Social wounds that were inflicted upon them. I think that's absolutely a thing. Yes. But I think the vast majority of these people are people who have practiced at it. They're people who did it more than people who it was done to, I think. If I had to guess.
Man, when am I going to get cool?
I'm still waiting, so...
Okay, we'll wait together.
Okay. So another one, I thought this was good. This is the more stereotypical one, right? Like this is the cookie cutter sign that somebody has not developed past high school, is the reliving the glory days of high school, such as talking about a sporting event or, plays you used to be in or academic accomplishments, whatever. And that being like the thing you keep talking about, the thing you keep regurgitating, reliving.
Oh my God, no, I know somebody like this.
Oh yeah?
I'm going to give him a nickname for the podcast and not give out their real name.
That's fair.
Let's call him Anakin.
Okay.
So Anakin went to school when I did. He was a senior when I was a freshman. We'd hang out a lot, and I was like, oh my God, a cute, older, cool guy. And he would give me cigarettes and alcohol, so I was just in love.
Oh, no. Yeah, okay.
Yeah. He kept coming back to my high school all the way up until I graduated, and to this day, he still hangs around my high school.
Ooh, okay, that's going to transition really well into into the next one. This is one that I was like, oof. So, yeah, like when I'm thinking like the stereotypical like glory day people, I'm thinking like the Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite.
Oh, I
right?
see. Okay.
I bet I could throw a football over these mountains kind of energy, right?
Lord.
That's what I was thinking. What you're talking about is that it was in the next point, which is still goes to high school parties. This was a thing, I don't know if this is a thing everybody experiences. I grew up in a smaller town, and this was definitely a thing where I grew up. In fact, I remember one of my, I say one of my, but I really only had like one high school girlfriend, right, from the majority of high school. But I remember that at some point after we started dating, I met her ex, who was not someone at our high school, right? He did not go to our high school. He had graduated.
Ew.
But he was still known for throwing the best parties for the high school. So this guy was somewhere, I think he was 21, maybe older. I think he could legally buy alcohol. Not positive on that. Been a long time. But he would throw parties that all these high schools would go to, and he had this habit of serially dating high schoolers, which was most likely illegal.
Definitely illegal. Like, the only time you can say you're into high school girls is when you was in high school yourself.
Right. And then I thought this was weird. I'm like, this guy is weird. Their whole relationship was weird. He clearly just going after younger women. Like, this is a thing. He just like, he keeps getting older, but he keeps dating people the same age. And I'm like, this is a maturity thing. This is creepy. Clearly this guy's not developed. But additionally, I later told this story to people in college, and they're like, oh yeah, I had one of those. And was like, oh yeah, I had one of those too. And I'm like, did every high school have that one guy?
Everybody had an Anakin. And let me tell you, this boy, he still hangs around them, and he still wants to follow me on Instagram. I wasn't even a cute girl in high school. See, I feel bad for the cute ones. The girls who like peak in high school, the ones who were pretty back then. I can't imagine how bad it was for them.
I just think this kind of behavior is so like predatory and creepy, and this is to me the cringiest of the signs someone didn't develop past high school is when it becomes predatory and disgusting. Another one that I thought was good, it was kind of a general one, but like rumor mongering, right? The people who are constantly like whispering, hey, did you hear what happened to this person? Hey, do you know about this person's business? Like blah, blah, blah. The kind of person who knows everyone's business and is constantly sharing it with everybody else behind everyone else's back.
So my entire family, yes.
I mean, maybe.
No. And they don't listen to this because I'm not important enough to spread rumors about.
Wow.
Yeah.
That was a savage.
Yeah, no, I can say whatever I want because I know for a fact ain't none of them is listening.
Oh, well, there you go. That's easy, clear. I don't think any of my family's listening either, but
yeah, okay.
Probably because they don't know about it.
We're both unsupported together.
Shed a tear.
You know, it's funny because they asked me about work and stuff, and so I mention it, and they're like, "Oh yeah, I listen to that." And I was like, "If you did, you'd be pissed at me right now."
And you'd know how I really feel.
Well, okay, so the mental health podcast that Kat and I were running, it's now called It's Working Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I told it all. I did give, fake names, but if anybody digs with any amount of clarity, they'll figure out who's who.
Sure. And your family definitely knows who's who.
Well, I went from the cigarette burns to the mental scars. So, yeah, and I was told many times growing up, you're not allowed to talk family business.
Yeah, that's usually only said by people who have fucked up family business.
Yeah, see that, and the reason why I don't deal with crying very well is their fault. And that clique mindset is like, I know everybody's gossip about everybody, but I don't spread it around. Except to, like, whoever's listening to my podcast.
Well, yeah, that's an exception. If you do a podcast that's about this kind of thing, then of course you're going to say it. But, yeah, it's one thing to know stuff about people. It's another thing to...
spread it.
Yeah, be spreading it and, like, basically brokering deals with it as a effective currency. I think that's pretty cringy and awful.
Yeah, Michael calls it battling warlords.
Okay.
Yeah, doing that covert political stuff.
I like that. That's a good way to describe it.
Yeah.
All right. So, do you got any ideas? Any other fun ideas, or like signs someone didn't develop past high school? Those red flags.
Okay, so not one of my friends, and not one of my husband's friends, but one of my husband's friends, still dresses like he's in high school, and. Everybody goes through an awkward phase in their life where, like, showering isn't fun and they're having to wear deodorant for the first time in their life. Well, he never developed past that point. Some people, that's middle school. I know some people, that's high school.
I'm sorry.
He smells like teenage boy.
Is that a normal phase people go through? I don't think I ever went through a phase of not showering.
Oh my god, most people, they're, like, middle school and they have to learn, okay, now you need to shower more often because you're not a little kid. You're getting adult BO.
Oh, for me, I just loved showering.
I didn't like getting wet. It made me feel like a dog.
I think I have one of those, like, hyperactive minds. It kind of goes a million miles an hour, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that for me, showers are like, it's that soft reflection time. It's like, I get to be, it just drowns out everything. Just going to be in the hot water, be physically comfortable, and, like, thoughts can just go. It's like meditative. Yeah, okay, that's probably the right way to describe it. It's meditative for me.
I can see why you would like that.
And so I feel like even from a very young age, I've always found showers to be almost therapeutic. And so I can't imagine a time where I wouldn't want to shower.
Yeah, no, see, most people in my family, at least, or especially me, there wasn't a door in our bathroom. So the less time you spend in there, the better. And eventually you hit puberty and you need to shower more often. And deodorant starts becoming part of your life. It's just, you're awkward, you're learning, your body's changing.
Oh, yeah.
And stuff just doesn't always look or fit or whatever, right?
Yeah. No, that's fair. I mean, I spend a lot of time in the tabletop gaming world, and there's definitely people who never learned those lessons.
Yeah, so whenever a person, like, is like, you smell like a teenager, it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Personal hygiene. As a kid, it's very different than as an adult.
Yeah, I think it's definitely different as an adult. I'll absolutely give you that.
It's just high school years are so hard because it's that transition from kidhood to adulthood, and you look like an adult, but you still have the mind of a kid.
Oh yeah, adolescence is fraught with disaster and definitely an exciting and dangerous journey. But also, like, it's something that everybody goes through, so, like, it's very relatable, I think. Unless you get to the point, which, some adults get to, where they can't remember what that was like and then are incredibly judgmental of it.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, I think that's why shows like Big Mouth are so popular, right? Is like shows that remind everyone like, hey, y'all went through this. It was really creepy. It was really cringy. It was really awkward. And we all did it.
Yeah.
You know, like I think that kind of stuff is powerful and important because we need to be reminded how absolutely cringy we all are.
Yeah, no. And that's the perfect note to leave it off of. You were cringy in high school too.
Yes, you were.
Yeah. And we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
Connect with us. Follow us on social media: Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram at Cringe With Me. Everything is linked in the description of this podcast. Cringe With Me podcast is a production of Pull Up the Chair Foundation. All opinions in this podcast belong to the host and do not necessarily reflect the views of the Pull Up a Chair podcast network.
I never wanna get used to the sound you whispering in my ear.
Hello, I am Patrick,
And I'm Andrew. And I'm Christian.
And I'm Allie.
and we are Rad Theater, a podcast where a bunch of friends play role-playing games and share a single brain cell, and the GM doesn't always have it. Oh, and it's theater spelled the correct way, Theatre.